Alright, now that you got your exterior estimate sheet, let's put it to use. I preloaded it with everything that I personally use in terms of my standards, the markup we use, how much we pay our subs. So if you want to adjust it for that, you can. The only thing I didn't preload is the paints that you use and what price you get them for. So if you come to this inputs tab on the bottom here, you'll see the first thing here is paints. So you could put one paint in, you could put 100 paints in. You can refer to the video user manual I made to know how to adjust, change, or add new standards. So now that we got a paint in there, we're gonna go back to the measurement sheet and you're gonna notice there is one thing down here, you're gonna get these errors. And basically because example A no longer exists, it can't find it, so you just have to change it to one of the new paints that you put in there. An important part here is if you have multiple paints, put it on your favorite paint. But this is your body paint, this is your trim paint, accent, if you enter any manual paints, and then this is your stain, so put your favorite stain in this one. And the last thing you might want to adjust is this painter pay breakdown. This is set up residential exterior with subcontracting. But let's say that you're running employees. Maybe the number you want to put up here, the most important number would be the amount of hours that are on the job. So they make sure they're within their budgeted hours, and then maybe highlight the materials budget you have for the job. But all the important numbers are in here for you. Now this is going to be your master spreadsheet or the template that you make copies of. And the reason for that, you don't have to go in each time and adjust these numbers and enter your paints each time. You just want to do it once and now you can make copies. I'll put a link in the description that shows how we utilize the drive for my business if you're interested more on how I recommend doing that. So the way that you're going to read this sheet and fill it out is from top to bottom. So you don't have to put anything here, but if you want, you can put the client name. Project ID could be an address. There is an itemized project down here, so if it was, house, deck, shed, fence, pergola, something like that works well. Now reading from top to bottom, a lot of times you start on the front. Maybe they only have access from the back. You start on the back. You're just going to go from top to bottom on whatever side you're starting on. These are in a specific order that's really helpful in the way we like to estimate, so you'd want to just start filling this out. These lengths right here, these squares don't change anything to the price and you don't need to enter them. I'll put a link in the description, a 2-hour video that shows exactly how we estimate exteriors. But basically, if you put the lengths in here and you also save a picture of all 4 sides, you can double check estimates. Big reason we do that: painter complains to production manager, the job's under bid, production manager goes to the folder, double checks it. So this first one right here, siding spray is the most common, that's why it's there and defaulted to that, but you can do siding spray with light back roll, siding roll. So you put the surface area in here. Now you notice we have all these and then they're repeated with the word accent. The estimate sheet is telling us we need 4 gallons of body color. If you wanted that to be on the accent color, you would say accent siding spray, and now it's going to put those 4 gallons under accent. Because sometimes you're spraying most of a body and they have like an accent color in the gables or peaks. And the way you would have 2, because you can see, well, there's only 1 row here for siding spray. Down here on these all applications has every single standard that's in this input sheet, and if you add a new one anywhere here, it's going to show up in one of these all applications, and you can see there's a ton of them, so it's difficult to search through and find. So what I do, if I'm looking for accent siding spray, I'll just start typing siding, and anything with siding is going to come up. Here it is right here, and then you could put some there, and now it knows, hey, we're going to need some body paint, some accent paint. All right, and then you just go top to bottom and fill this out. You're going to put in the eave or soffit, tell it if it's body color, trim color, or a third separate color. We do like to separate if it's a 3rd-story house. We separate just the eaves that are 3 stories, because a lot of times you're going to need like a 40-foot ladder to get up there, which takes a lot longer than a regular 1- or 2-story eave. So if it was a 3-story house, we'd put all the eaves that are 1 and 2 stories here, say there's 50, and again we'd come down to here, one of the all applications, I'd search for eave, and then I'd put in 3rd-story eave, body color, and put that amount down here. Same thing with the fascia. We do separate the 3rd-story fascia because it takes longer. Now you can see for windows we have a bunch of options, and maybe it's a house where on the front all the windows, they're vinyl windows and they have trim around them, but then on the rest of the house they have vinyl windows but there's actually no trim around them. So you just mask spray, take down the masking, and you're done. You don't have to come back and trim out the window. We like to separate those because they take less time. So we'd put that down here as well. Now you might notice, well, that's it. There's no more places to put these all applications if there's more stuff like that. In 95% of homes, this is plenty of room. But for the ones that need more, if you click these arrows right here, you can expand the sheet and now you have 20 more rows where you can put in all applications. This can come in handy if you're bidding out an apartment complex or something, and there's 4 main exterior walls, but then there's a bunch of like stairs in the middle going up to the doors. There's a lot more room down here. You could have front, right, back, left, and then inside 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. And of course you can always use 2 estimate sheets and just add the prices together. Here's what a typical home would look like. Now you can see it's predicting body trim accent. And if you want it to be accurate for those, you just need to make sure you're telling it, this is a garage door that's actually going accent color. A lot of times it's body color, but the only way the estimate sheet knows that is by picking the right one. Maybe it's trim color, and it's going to account for that, knowing need less body, more trim, less body, more accent, that sort of thing. So just make sure you're specifying what color these things are going. You can see 7 gallons of trim, that's a lot. But the eaves are actually trim color, which does take a lot. And then we've got that trim color garage. Switch these to body color, switch the eaves to body color, and now you can see it says it only needs 3 gallons of trim to do this, but now 17 gallons of body. You can also see the price went down by about $550 because it reduced the total hours, because painting those things body color is a lot easier. But the point is, tell it what you want if you want it to be accurate here. Now we have the stain option here, and if you want the sheet to know to use stain instead of paint, it needs to be in the staining input column. So you can see I have railings here, and I also have railings here, but by putting it here, the estimate sheet knows if I pick this one, it's going to use stain. If I pick this one, it's not. So on my little deck here, and because all of these are in the stain, it knows it's going to need stain, and it's got 3 gallons of stain. You can see 3 total gallons. So you can see you can quickly show different options like different kinds of stains with just a few clicks, and now you can see this price changed. Another pro tip, you see these discount numbers here. Family friend, you want to give a discount, you just put the amount you want to discount, and bam, it shows you a discount. Let's say you need to mark the job up for some reason. They ask for an extended warranty and you're like, sure, how about 5% more? Just put negative right there and it'll show you what to charge them.